This week on Nest News, we take a look at what's the latest of President Trump's impeachment and why you should care about the result of the trial in Washington.
And all of a sudden, it seems people are concerned with a new virus. We'll bring you what students have to say when we come back.
Stick around because Nest News starts right now.
Hello, Ospreys, and welcome to Nest News. I'm Shafali Kabatnagar.
And I'm Kevin Loers.
The Senate impeachment trial is heating up, and we have the latest news for you right here, right now.
The Democratic impeachment managers are now in the last day of opening arguments for the Senate trial of President Donald Trump. GOP senators are raising concerns about issuing subpoenas to witnesses such as former National Security Advisor Bolton, stating they believe it will only extend proceedings. It also appears that the Democrats' case has yet to convince many Republicans that more evidence is needed. According to Senator Joni Ernst, who said, quote, "I think we're still waiting to see overwhelming evidence, and once we see that, maybe it will convince us that more information is needed," end quote. The President's Counsel will begin their opening arguments tomorrow. You can find more impeachment coverage at unfspinnaker.com.
Many of China's citizens won't be celebrating the Lunar New Year how they expected. At least 13 cities are in lockdown after 26 people have died from the mysterious new coronavirus. Hundreds of infected people in and around the city of Wuhan are rushing to their local hospitals, which are quickly running out of supplies. On Thursday, police, SWAT teams, and paramilitary troops guarded Wuhan's train station, where metal barricades blocked the entrances at 10 a.m. Only travelers holding tickets for the last trains were allowed to enter, with those booked for later trains being turned away. After the break, there was a big game at UNF Arena last night.
And Old Town Road is relevant again? All of this and more.
You're watching Nest News on Spinnaker TV. And now for something a little more relaxing.
The UNF Ogier Garden is serving up tea, and the Spinnaker's own Caitlin Bauer got to take a few sips.
It's tea time at the Ogier Gardens, and they're brewing up all kinds of teas. Madison O'Toole, a staff member at the Gardens, conducts the Herbal Tea at 3, which is a free monthly workshop that helps teach students how to dry their own herbs and brew their own tea. The workshop begins with a tour around the garden, where participants are allowed to trim off their own herbs. Then, Madison begins to concoct different herb combinations to make several interesting teas. This time, she made cardamom ginger tea with basil, Thai roselle tea with orange peel, lemongrass, sage, and sugarcane, and a chamomile tea with sage and rosemary.
Basically, we show you how to make herbal teas, what flavors go together well, and then we end up brewing a few pots of tea at the end of the workshop.
Students can drink tea to their heart's content and talk with the farmers about an array of things.
How you liking the tea today?
It is amazing. It's awesome. It's the best cup of tea I've had after working so hard.
If you're looking for a great place to relax with a cup of hot tea and gain some knowledge about the earth, Make sure to hit up the next herbal tea at 3 in February. This is Caitlin Bowers with Spinnaker News.
Wow, I mean, that looks like a ton of fun, and not only that, it looks really healthy. I think I should really go take a visit.
Yeah, I think me too. And there's nothing better than a little tea time on a beautiful day.
Well, last night, I don't think it could have gotten any crazier in the UNF arena, where Liberty played UNF in a highly anticipated matchup.
Our sports anchor, Zach Yearwood, has all the latest updates about the game and more.
Thanks, guys. On the hardwood, the Ospreys men's basketball team defeated the Liberty Flames at home Thursday night in a thriller. The win nests the Ospreys at the top of the conference standings. I was at the game last night, and it was rocking.
The UNF Ospreys got the job done against the Liberty Flames in a nail-biter on Thursday night. With the score tied at 70 and 1.5 seconds remaining on the clock, senior Garrett Sams had the opportunity to seal the game with 2 free throws. After missing the first, the UNF arena was so quiet you could hear a pin drop while awaiting the second shot. Sam shook off the first miss and showed that he had ice in his veins by icing the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'd only taken one earlier in the game, so I wasn't, and it wasn't even that basket, so I was just kind of like trying to get a feel, and I shot it a little long, I felt it long, and so after I shot the first, I kind of got a better feel for it and kind of got to my whereabouts, so I just knew the second was going in.
Ospreys win 71-70 and now sit at the top of the ASUN with a 5-1 conference record.
It's great. That was our goal coming in. We knew with the win we could boot ourselves in the first place. So dropping that one last Saturday at NJIT was just huge to come in here and take care of business, get back on top, get back first place.
I'm Zach Yearwood, Spinnaker News.
The men will join the women's basketball team in a road doubleheader on Saturday against Lipscomb. The women's swim team has a big weekend ahead of them as well, as they'll attend 2 meets in 2 days. They'll be swimming at Gardner-Webb on Friday and then travel to UNC Asheville for their second meet on Saturday. For all your Osprey sports news, check out unfspinnaker.com. Back to you guys.
For all you sci-fi fans out there, there is an exciting new development in the galaxy. Patrick Stewart is reprising his role as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. His character is one of the all-time fan favorites of the Star Trek Enterprise. The show will bring back the beloved characters like Data and Riker, for example. Fans are excited to find out how Picard has changed over the last 18 years. The show will be streaming on CBS this week. And earlier this week, Patrick Stewart went on to The View to surprise one of his old friends. Stewart formally invited Whoopi Goldberg to join Star Trek Picard in Season 2 as Guinan.
Thanks, Zach. It's always great to see our fellow student athletes doing great things on the court.
Sure is. And as we transition to our last topic of the show, the Grammys are quickly approaching and a new cast of nominees is sure to shake things up a bit.
The new artists on the block like Lizzo, Billie Eilish, and Lil Nas X are leading in total nominations. Those acts, who all released huge #1 hits in the last year, have strong chances of beating their more seasoned competitors, from Lady Gaga to Vampire Weekend to Ariana Grande. Or maybe they won't. If there's anything that we can predict about the Grammys, it's that the oddball act might actually win. Do you remember when Beck beat out Beyonce? Or when Steely Dan won Album of the Year over Eminem? Who really knows how these things will play out Sunday when the awards are handed out live from the Staples Center in Los Angeles? I can't wait to watch the Grammys.
Me too. Our crew in the back are big fans of Billie Eilish, and they really want to see her win some big awards.
That's about all we have for you today, Ospreys.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, both at UNF Spinnaker.
And subscribe to our newsletter at unfspinnaker.com.
I'm Shafala Kabatnagar.
And I'm Kevin Lors.
And until next time, Ospreys, swoop, Ospreys, swoop.